We're live here at Kansas City Comic-Con with a bunch of Cosplay Alley. Do you guys want to go ahead and introduce yourselves? We'll start from Dale and work all the way around.
I'm Dale.
Shut up, Dale.
I'm April.
I'm Papa Bear.
I'm Baroness Fonte.
I'm Aaron Robbie, or Captain Jack Sparrow.
And I'm Cubby Thompson.
And I'm Josh.
Woo, Josh.
Yeah!
All right, so we'll go ahead and I guess Josh, what do you want to ask these lovely folks here at Kansas City Comic-Con first?
Well, if we could quickly kind of go around and say how long we've been cosplaying and stuff and where we're based out of, I think that would be kind of cool.
Sure.
I know everybody here almost, so it's awesome.
I was gonna say, yeah,
we
we
should have started with that.
Probably should have had that.
Do we have a script? No, not at all. Why?
Never.
Who needs scripts?
Don't need it.
We're professionals.
I'm a photographer. I shouldn't have said that. Shouldn't have said that.
So you want to start the opposite way and say,
Sure.
Sure.
Okay, Josh. I'm based out of Omaha.
Shut up.
Oh, not me. Okay, sure.
Well, yeah, I'm Cubby Thompson. I'm based out of St. Louis, and I've been cosplaying professionally full-time for about 7 years now.
Fantastic. Yeah. I'm Aaron Robbie, also based out of St. Louis, and I've been doing cosplay, gosh, I don't know, since I was 7 years old. No, but probably professionally I've been doing it a little over 15 years now.
I'm Baroness Fonte. I'm based out of Kansas City now. I wouldn't say I am professional at all. This is one of my first guest appearances. I've been cosplaying for 4 years, though. Woo. So, yay.
Hey, Papa Bear. I'm from the Chicago area, and I've been doing this 4 years now. And my first was a small con, and then I just became a junkie for it. So, yeah.
I'm April, and I'm based out of Wichita, Kansas, and I've been cosplaying for about 4.5 years.
Awesome.
Any other questions? Yeah.
Cricket.
Sure. So if we had to choose between, this is just a random question. I just want to get this found out. Trolley candies or pop suckers? Which
Trolley
one?
Candies.
Trolley
Is that
candy.
even a question?
Sour worms always.
Actually, not as bad long-term saturated fat in the trolleys.
That's right.
It's a much healthier candy to eat, actually.
Boom.
It is. It actually is.
I've been eating those.
I have a sweet
all day.
tooth, and I'm really into fitness, so yeah.
I just have a sweet tooth.
I think I just fell in love.
I'm just good at.
I'm into fitness.
Fitness burger in my face.
Fitness pizza. I love pizza.
Oh yeah.
Pizza.
Keep
We gotta
talking.
order pizza.
Keep talking.
All right, so
We've just been told we have the best candy. That's why.
I think it's because we have trolleys. So they're free to take. You could take the whole bowl.
Okay.
There already was.
So I guess as far as cosplaying goes, what is your favorite style of cosplay to do? Do you guys like to create your own characters, or do you guys like to do pre-made characters or such like that?
I know personally I like to do heavy armor builds. So any character that I can do that has a lot of metal-looking things and big weaponry, that's what I get into. So that's one of my things. Anything with a lot of armor to it, that's what I gravitate to. So.
And for Papa Bear, do you create your own mostly?
As far as like create my own characters?
No,
or?
create your own like cosplays.
Oh yeah, I make everything. Yeah, so I make everything. Even and getting to the point to make everything was rough, but now I make absolutely everything that I put together. So
I do mostly video game characters, and I'd say my ratio of make to buy is like 75-25. It just depends on what I feel like doing or what I don't feel like doing, have time for, things like that.
I predominantly lean towards video game characters just because I'm a video game nerd. I kind of range all over the place. If I just like the way a character looks, I'll cosplay it. Probably about the same as April, where it's my ratio is probably less, maybe 40-60. If I can purchase it for the costume, I will, and then modify it. But I know armor usually is all from scratch. But if I can buy it, I'll buy it. Otherwise, it's all handmade.
Personally, same as you. I love doing like armor builds and everything. But my favorite thing is actually taking a well-known character and changing it to more of my style, where people can still recognize the character, but it's more of me. So like I feel more of myself in the character, and I can really play it up.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think both. I haven't really created too many original characters just because I love the being recognizable as a character is very fun. Getting to interact and play with people in a convention where they play along, like, oh, you're Jack Sparrow, oh, you're Spider-Man. That makes it really fun. As far as building my own stuff, this Spidey suit I did not make, and so that's kind of fun because I usually always make all of my stuff, and so having a costume that I didn't have to make is actually sort of fun. And having a costume you just put on in one piece is kind of fun too, because usually makeups and everything, you guys know how it is.
Oh, yeah.
And it's breathable.
And
Just to piggyback off what everyone was saying, my daughter saw his Spider-Man. Was like, Daddy, Spider-Man. She's 2 years old. It's Spider-Man. She's trying to get it out, and we took like so many pictures, and so he took off, and she's like, still, Daddy, Spider-Man. It's like, yes, we saw him already. Okay, so recognizable characters are fun for sure.
They do. It is very fun.
My son also did the same thing when you were Jack Sparrow. He's like, he was the one over there.
Captain Jack Sparrow, if you please.
He was the one over there bothering you constantly and chiding you, but he was all about.
You mean
like,
that youth that I shot and stabbed? He has fleas now.
I love the fact. So, I love how Aaron especially commits to his character. I mentioned earlier, I'm like, you got to be some sort of thespian, and I believe the response was, "Don't tell my dad." But like, I love the commitment to characters. This is how weird. I have 3 of you on my wall. Like, I have like a whole cosplay wall. Dale's all embarrassed now. I have the 3 of you on my wall. And of just different costumes that I'm like, oh, I got to get this print. It's so cool. And yeah.
I've never seen prints before. How am I on your wall?
You don't want to know how I got the
Maybe
picture.
you're not. I thought there's something of you on my wall. I could swear. Are you with Aaron in one costume at all, ever?
Aaron
Maybe
Lang.
not.
No.
Yeah. I think that's the one that I have on my wall. Because I was like,
See?
I have
He's not as
2 of
creepy
Aaron.
now.
Yeah. I'm almost positive. Because my girlfriend is like, why do you have these girls on your... I'm like, they're friends, I swear. Like, I appreciate the
I'm
costuming.
selling prints now, though. No?
Yeah.
Good plug. Good
Like
plug.
what you were talking about. Like, I don't think you have to do a character, actually act like the character to have it be fun. Really, I think cosplay, it's just supposed to be fun.
Oh, yeah.
So if you can keep that in mind, I think we try to put too many rules and labels and things on it. I think it's really just, if you're having fun and you're wearing a costume, it's cosplay. But for me, I have the most fun if I can try to mimic the character. That for me is the most fun because it's hard. And I like the challenge, if that makes sense. I like trying to make myself think in the way the character would.
I usually don't get into acting like the character because I feel like it's just weird. Zarya, though, I just did
very
her
weird. Don't get me
yesterday,
wrong.
and that's the first time I'm going around and trying to do a Russian accent and do some of her quotes and stuff, and it's a little more fun with the crowd engagement because they get really into it when you quote them. I'm like, all right, this is kind of fun.
Yeah, you guys should have seen me yesterday. We had a Heath Ledger Joker, or Dark Knight Joker, come and stand right here, and he had the little pocket knife.
Yes.
He was doing the thing, and
Oh man.
why so serious? And it just made me. It was like because I've always wanted to do that, but I never thought I could do it justice. And after seeing that guy, I was just like, okay, well, fine, I'll have to do it because. But he was not even don't want to downplay you guys, but he's not even a cosplay guest. He's just somebody that came and did it, and he
Just rocking it.
and he rocked it. It was great, and he did a great job, and it was just it was blown out of the water.
It's fantastic.
Those are my
But,
favorite.
Yeah, because this was his first con, his first cosplay, and he went all out. I remember when Josh and I did our first cosplay, it was t-shirts. We wore t-shirts from one of Josh's. I've never
from
seen
Percy Jackson
I've never
in the
seen
Olympia.
Percy
And
Jackson.
it's super easy because they go to
watched
camp
the
and they
sequel
wear
yesterday.
t-shirts.
He
Yeah.
was like wear an orange shirt and carry around a pen, and I was like, okay. Well,
I love it.
so
It was great.
But
That's where we got our logo picture.
yeah,
from.
actually-
I mean, this is literally my picture of me as one of the people from Camp Jupiter with a nice purple SPQR shirt on, and he had a Camp Half-Blood shirt. and a pen that was spray painted gold. So
Well, you got to start somewhere. So
Yeah.
See, I found sometimes. Have you ever found too? Sometimes, like if I put on a costume, I really like Batman. But I really like to be stupid, and I usually am not being serious ever. And so to be Batman is very hard for me because I usually end up being more like Adam West Batman as like Christian Bale, which it
So
shouldn't
you
be.
look like Christian Bale,
Yes,
but you act like Adam West.
Some days you can't get rid of a bomb.
Yeah.
You know, like it's.
I kind of went through that same thing when doing Disney princesses because I'm the opposite of a princess. Like that's not a character I fit into at all. So every time I put on like a princess dress, I'm just like, this is awkward.
Belle puts up her boots on the table.
I'm not a lady.
So one of the questions I want to ask is what does cosplaying mean to you as far as like a lifestyle or something you guys do? That's kind of the end of the question there. I always do that. Trail my question.
I know for me personally, I've met so many different people doing this, and you realize like you live in. I used to live in a bubble, but until I start going out and cosplaying and meeting all these people, you realize there's like all kind of different religions and belief systems and political things and all these different lifestyles and the way people look at themselves as far as their gender and all these things that I've learned from people just because we all have being nerds and costumes in common.
That's the commonality, right?
Yeah. And like keeping an open mind about how people, live their lives and all these things. For me, that's been like the most positive thing about cosplay is the fact that you can step out of your box and kind of learn about how people go about their own daily lives.
Yeah.
And so that's been the biggest thing for me. Outside of the costumes, which is obvious, it's like the people that you get to meet doing this.
Yeah, and I've met some of my like very, very best friends in the past 4 years. It's crazy. It's crazy how it can like bring so many people so close together.
Could I piggyback on what you were saying? I totally agree because that's something I've loved at every con I've seen. I always attribute it to like the Starship Enterprise because I do not see race, color, like religious. None of those problems come up at a con because we're all nerds. We're here because we love the same things, and that is the way I wish we could get the rest of the world to be.
Yeah.
Is like it is here because you see people's costumes break. You'll see like 3 people run up with like super glue and safety pins. Oh my gosh, I can help you. I can help you. It's so awesome, just that positivity. But we step out of these doors and all of a sudden we're road raging and we're, can you walk faster? That kind of stuff. It's just, we could be a bit more patient and realize we're all stupid. We all have problems. We all want to be loved, and this is just for fun. And so that I do love that about, just the cosplay in general, the cosplay community it's nice to see people just come together.
Yeah, it really is. As far as like cosplay for me, I just like to create. So I love the people, and that's been a great part of it. Like everyone else has said, the people, the environment, and then also being able to create is a really great form of therapy for me for some of the mental disorders that I've battled. And it's, you just dive into a costume, and then to be able to go to a community that also is building their cosplays for whatever reasons, and then you all come together and share your joy of nerdery and weirdness.
Yeah, everybody's got their own reasons for cosplaying and building their cosplay, but the joining factor is that you are actively doing it regardless of what your reason is. But
like for example, like Spider-Man, I've always wanted to dress as Spider-Man, but for quite a few years I didn't want to do it because I didn't think I would be able to pull it off. Like over the last year, I actually lost about 70 pounds. I was, just totally unhealthy diet, just unhealthy living, and being able to finally, get rid of weight I didn't need and bad lifestyle choices I didn't need, getting healthier. Getting to dress up as Spider-Man actually helps me stay motivated and eating clean, working out, just
Spandex.
Yeah, because spandex is brutal. And when I dress up as Jack Sparrow, it's basically like a girdle. I have 3 belts on, a 17-foot long sash I wrap around me 6 times. You can hide in that suit. You can't hide in this. And so, like, cosplay.
So I need to dress as Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, why not? No, you don't need to, but that for me is something that's been very positive as I as well, struggle with depressions and anxiety and everything else like a lot of us do. And being focused, being able to stay focused, especially if it's something you love, really helps. Because sometimes just to do it because you know it's good for you, that's not enough for us sometimes. So it's helped me a lot.
When I actually started cosplaying, I was kind of like a closet nerd. I was in the beauty pageant scene. I actually won Miss South Carolina and Miss South Carolina's top model and everything, and like that's what I did. That's like all I was known for. And at the time, like being a nerd and being like a beauty queen was like, ooh, like you can't do that. Like you have to be like the pretty princess. Like you can't be like glued to a TV with a controller in your hand.
Or everyone just assumes she's a fake fan just because of the stuff she's done. They're like, you don't like video games.
Yeah. So when I actually got into cosplaying, I actually gave up my entire pageant career immediately. I was like, this is what I want to do. And so I started doing cosplaying full time. I've met all my best friends through cosplaying. I met the love of my life through cosplaying. And now it's my full-time career. And so cosplaying has really, like, genuinely changed my life. Like, it made my life much better. And I'm much happier now.
That's definitely...
That's a good plug for cosplay.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
So what about, I was going to say, this con I noticed, the cosplay competition wasn't as hyped as some of the other cons we've been to. Cosplay panels wasn't as many cosplay panels. There's a couple builder panels, but I didn't see, cosplaying 101.
I offered
didn't
to do
see
panels.
Me too.
anything like that. The sexuality in cosplay is something
I normally do
that I've
panels.
seen all the time.
I wasn't asked to do any panels at this con either.
So you think it's maybe just
I
the con's
submitted a couple
decision?
of them.
I suppose.
Yeah.
I suppose it's whoever's in charge.
We tried.
Yeah. We tried to offer knowledge.
Well, I hope. Our plan is to have the creators of Kansas City Comic Con on the podcast probably later on in the month, and highlight them and give kind of this feedback to them, because I like when I come to a convention, I try to be as objective as possible and give criticisms where I can and acknowledge, I love this con. This was the first con we had press badges to. This was the first con that gave us an opportunity to have booth space in for the first time when we didn't have to pay for anything. And we in turn put that into better couches, a nicer setup. And we're trying to make the con a better place because they gave us that opportunity. And I don't want to squander that. I want to continue trying to make all the conventions we go to better.
I feel like if you're going to give them feedback, especially about like the cosplay stuff, the contest, I feel like I had a ton of people asking me, when is it, where's the registration? And I don't feel like, at least me personally, I have no idea what the cosplay competition even was. Like, I don't know how they did it or where or when. It was very confusing and I didn't understand how to go about it. So I think maybe they just needed a more clear-cut.
Yeah, the info center was, or the information avenue, superhighway was not very super at this one, so it was tough for even us to know. We had the guy that's kind of standing around here, one of the other podcast guys. He had a time set up, and they switched it on him, and they didn't deliver that information.
It was his first podcast. He was going to do his first podcast at a panel here, and at the last second they switched his podcast time or his panel time to 10 a.m. instead of 11, and he shows up at 11 and it was already done.
So the information, we love the con. It's great. This is our anniversary con basically for our invitation, but the information needs to be
and it's still
better accessible.
A new con, so they've got all new cons have growing to do. So.
Exactly. So, do you have any other questions? Dale, do you have any questions? Way out there in the boonies?
Dale!
I don't know. I know, Sabrina and Papa Bear have seen our setup before, how we've had it. You guys kind of like the new upgrades, taking advantage of this space like this?
I don't want to leave, so.
This is the most
nice
professional
couch.
podcast thing I've been to, and I do interviews every freaking day. This is amazing. You guys are awesome.
It is.
Comfortable and relaxed, so it's easier to sit.
Got some candies and stuff.
The casting couches are nice. A nice touch.
They have cup holders.
They do have cup holders.
Yes.
Wait, maybe we'll put your cup in it.
I'm not even playing baseball, but we can talk.
And they can fit into a hatchback sedan.
Oh,
It's good to know.
Even
Yeah,
better.
good luck. If you guys are here after the con, hopefully I can drive my car in here because it's going to be a
Might be
pain in the
big
butt.
chunk.
You can use
Like
these to
biking
let
it.
cosplayers stay over at your house now. Put them in your living room. Like you got
These
two free
are-
beds.
I tried laying
These are
down on
gonna-
these as a bed, and they're
These are going to
very
be
uncomfortable.
they're just going to be stored in my garage with nice like sheets over the top of them so they don't get
I thought
dusty.
we were putting them in the podcast space downstairs.
One of them,
Oh, okay.
yeah, so we can have our casting couch in the basement.
Please no.
We'll
I find
sanitize, I
weird stuff
promise.
on these couches. Yeah.
The fantastic.
Which, so, I mean, this is an adult podcast, so, like,
my
wouldn't a futon have been a better choice than a casting couch? Because then you can always be like, oh, and check this out. And
Click,
lay it
click,
out
click,
into a
click,
bed.
click.
Yeah.
No, it's a
Couch lets
bed.
you, like, get angles.
The only bad thing with a futon is you have to explain why you have a futon.
That's true.
Yeah.
Why do you have it? I don't know.
Say, I couldn't decide between a couch and a bed, even though I have both of those already.
I wanted to always look like I was in college.
Yeah. Just reliving my college days.
Yes, every
Forever.
day.
Well, thank you guys for coming out. I know you guys, this time is precious here, but I usually shake your head.
Got a couple hours left.
Yeah. So you guys do anything fun after the con tonight? You guys, besides loading up?
Stuff my
Yeah.
face with some food.
Yeah, eating and sleeping.
I will
Yeah.
say one of the most nice things that the con people in charge did for some of the guests. I'm not sure who all's included in that, but they said that we could check out tomorrow from the hotel,
Yes.
which is awesome.
That was
Yeah.
like that's so
Usually,
nice.
no one's
always you have to
ever
boot
let me
scoot
do
and boogie
that.
after
Yeah.
the end of on a Sunday, and that gets hard when
Yeah.
you
Very
you're
hard.
on
You
your
gotta
feet
check
all day,
out.
and then you have to do a full day's work in like 2 hours, and it's
So what they did is they let the block go till Monday.
Gave us an
basically.
extra night,
we can
yeah.
check out tomorrow.
yeah, which
So
is
that's
very
super
nice.
That's
Yeah,
very nice.
Agreed. So kudos for them for that.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you very much. All cons should do that.
Yes.
I agree. I agree.
That's a criticism and then
Let's
a
make it
two
a thing,
compliments and one
please.
critique, and then we're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So I did want to go back to what everybody was saying about real quick while we wrap
Because
up.
you guys said you don't want to leave because the couches are comfortable.
Well,
Stay
I just wanted to
forever.
wrap up and say that if everybody could treat everybody like they're at a con, that's that kind of the general sense of the conversation. If everybody would treat everybody like we were at a con, then the world would be a much better place, right?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
I think like listen, if I'm on the road, I don't like to road rage, but when somebody cuts you off and endangers your life, it makes you mad. But whenever I see they have like a "Live Long and Prosper" sticker on the back of their bumper, it really dials me
Yeah.
back a few notches. It
Like,
really does. I'm like,
never
all right, all right, you're probably trying to get Spock out of that engineering room again. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
You have places to go. So
Cut me off, but they've got
a little bit of patience. I think we can solve a lot of problems with just a little patience.
So my license plate's Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yes.
And if I see anybody with like any Empire or even First Order stuff, I'm kind of just like, all right,
blow
run
'em
those
up.
bastards
Oh, I
off
mean-
the road. Yeah.
Would you say they would be the Obi-Wan for you then?
Ah. Every once in a while, I'll be right up behind him, and I'll come up really close and be like, I have you now. And then,
All too easy.
Well,
I love to nerd out while I drive.
yeah. Well, thank you guys for coming. We will wrap up now. We appreciate it, and I hope you guys.
Everybody plug your stuff real quick.
Yeah, go
If
ahead
you
and
have
plug
Facebook,
everything, you
Twitter.
guys.
I'm April Gloria, and I'm on every social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Patreon, and Twitch.
What about Woof?
No,
Woof.
I don't know what that is.
It's from The Office.
One of the newer ones.
No, it's the old episodes.
Okay, I need to rewatch it. I guess.
Yeah, Papa Bear Cosplay, Facebook and Instagram. I don't do really anything else. So you type in Papa Bear Cosplay, you'll find me.
Baroness Von T Cosplay. I am on Facebook, Instagram, and Patreon.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do the orbs. Come on.
Plug,
You got orbs
plug your
too?
sales.
Oh, I also own the Nerdarium. I sell terrariums. That's on Etsy. And I'm a special effects makeup artist, Baroness FX. And I'm terrible at shameless plugs, so
You gotta promote your
go
business.
ahead there, Aaron.
This isn't shameless though. This is
No,
We're
it's
all
not
friends
shameless.
here. Come on.
I used to have a Facebook, but it got taken down because I was friends with a transgender cosplayer, and for some reason somebody didn't like that, so they reported my page for things that they didn't have, and Facebook deleted my page. So I'm just on Instagram. Aaron Robbie, R-A-B-E, looks like rabies. Or Aaron Robbie Jack Sparrow. If you type that into Google, I'll pop up.
Nice.
So yeah.
And yeah, I'm Cubby Thompson, and I pretty much only have Instagram, and it's Cubby XOXO.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.